Greetings, Internet citizens. This is Elmerthien playing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. This is another post recording. In the last episode, we talked to Darklaw. She told us, "Oh, I've got my reasons to suspect a speller, but you gotta investigate that yourselves." Then these sidekicks went on the classic Professor Layton quest of cat chase and found Darklaw at the bell tower. And we shall talk to her. What are you doing here? Staring at you ominously. You seem a little different, probably from what she looked in London. What she looked like in London. Well, well. Aren't you quite the inquisitive ones? I'm the inquisitor here, and I happen to be on duty. This late at night? As long as there are witches in this town, there will always be crimes of magic. I'm directing the night's inquiry into a certain incident involving this bell tower. An incident? 3 months ago, an alchemist residing not far from here was murdered. Did someone drop the bell on him? Naturally, it was at the hand of a witch. Did you say an alchemist? Yeah, and here I was, even before this, I was thinking maybe she needs darkness, maybe she's using all the luminol that she got from an alchemist. And then she actually mentioned an alchemist. A witch murdered an alchemist with magic? That's terrible. So it's not the crime scene for blowing up the town. It was a dreadful incident, and the only case to remain unsolved. So how can you be so sure it was magic? The only incident to remain unsolved? That's the reason we are working on it through the night. Go home to your beds. Oh, you wouldn't want to meet a witch now, right? That's a very nice body you've got here. Shame if someone were to vaporize it. Hey, I'm no child. It's we, look. We're searching for a cat called Eve. Eve, you say? Oh yeah, she's been investigating Spella surely, so she knows the name of her cat. Have you seen her? I have seen no sign of any cat. Not around here. Really? But she has to be somewhere nearby. Come on, look, let's look around. Right you are. Thank you, High Inquisitor Darklaw. Maya Fey. Are you plotting something? Yeah, what is it? Wait, that's weird. I don't remember telling you my name. Maybe she heard it from someone in London on the lawyer conference. Maybe someone who knows us was there. Like Edgeworth or a friend. Probably not Black Quill. No, Black Quill's still unavailable. There are witches in the most unlikely of places. You must remain vigilant. What did she mean by that? Hey, over here! I found Eve! Come on! Yeah, okay, I'm coming. Extra mystery. She seems to embrace a hate for witches, or is that a mask? Maybe she only hates the rebel witches. Meow! Eve! We found you, finally! Meow! I'm so glad you're safe. Oh yeah, I remembered that Maya was once saved by a cat, in a way. She said Eve is a true and valued friend. Yeah, I mean a real friend, but yeah, what a drop that Star Trek reference. I'm sure the boss will also feel better. Come on, let's get back to the bakery. Don't you get those urges to open all the boxes? Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Some of the fake memories popping up. Oh, we've been here already. And I got mildly confused because we moved there after the conversation with Darklaw. A very ominous conversation with a very ominous character. This is just Price again. And to the bakery. That took us longer than I thought. Is everyone asleep? It's getting close to daybreak. We should enter quietly. Meow. Where are those two? After what happened, they should be more careful about wandering out at night. It's getting bright out. What if they came across a witch? I suggest we all go looking for them. Alright, with Darklaw. When she said something about the witch, when she talked to Maya about witches showing up in unexpected places. Yeah, I said, hey, is she talking about Morgane Le Fay? But no, she's not gonna be an issue anymore. What do you mean, good morning? Where have you been? Sorry. I didn't expect to be gone for so long. You should know better, Luke. What were you doing at this hour? Sorry. We were looking for Eve. Looking for Eve, you say? We were both concerned that Eve was missing. Well, when Espera comes home, she'll want Eve to be here. She's like family. Oh, my dear. That's very considerate, thanks. But I've been worried sick about you. Please don't wander out at night again. It's not safe with all those witches around. I promise. I'm sorry, boss. I'm sorry too. I should say, it's nearly morning. Go and get yourself some breakfast. Get yourself cleaned up. I've prepared breakfast, so get some breakfast too. Yes, madame. And to think of it, I'm so hungry I could eat one of Mary's goats. How about you, Luke? Now that you mention it, I'm definitely ready for breakfast. You certainly both love food. I just want some sleep. Let's get breakfast and go to the court. Right you are, Professor. I'm sure Espera must be feeling lonely. You should give her something from the bakery. You bet, I'm sure Espera will be glad to get some of Betty's freshly baked bread. Come on, what are you waiting for? Breakfast is ready. All right. They're coming. Well then, let's begin. It seems we are ready. Shall we go to the court? Does everyone remember how to get there? Sure, just a bit from here. And it's on the other side of the forest, isn't it? Spella must be feeling so sad and lonely. Let's get a move on. Yeah, first we should investigate the town and get some riddles. Get some puzzles done. And Mary has a puzzle. Welcome. How about some fresh milk from a freshly milked goat? He probably has some adult goats nearby with milk, but carrying a baby goat as a mascot is a good business strategy, I think. Oh, it's you guys. What a coincidence. Hey, Miss Mary, I thought you were selling milk on the outskirts of the market. That's right, I do that, but not everyone can get to the market, child. That's why Snowy and I sometimes set a stall in town like this. It must be hard having to do it right after the trial. We have to deliver the milk while it's still fresh, you see. There's no way we can take a break. Those eyes remind me of the judge. We'd hardly feel like resting, not after all that excitement. We've never experienced a trial like that. Who would have thought that Kira would be a witch? She's such an innocent face. You'd never believe she could have done it, isn't that right, my little Snowykins? I'd like to see that parrot bird. At any rate, it was a real shock seeing an execution by fire. On the other hand, it couldn't be helped. After all, she was a witch. At times like this, a little puzzle can help to clear the air. Isn't that right, my little fluffy dumpling? I mean, Kira was kind of desperate. The awful loss pushed her to it. Yeah, here's the goats, and each has a different pattern to their bleating. And one just says banana. Yeah. We need a parrot and a metal detector to take down the evil-looking persecutor. He's probably actually evil. Yeah, the white one is munching on Phoenix's ear. Luke is petting a goat. The professor is thinking. Maya is... I'm not sure. I think she's excited. Give that goat some bananas. Not to be confused with a baseball glove. You go to the interrobang.
Leave it to your friendly neighborhood spirit medium. All in a day's work with Maya Fey, Ace Assistant.
This one is cute. What do you think? Doesn't it feel dreamy being surrounded by lovely bleating goats? I'll be seeing them in my dreams. I'll probably be counting goats instead of sheep. They do look cute. Their cute appearance can be quite relaxing if only you can block out the bleating. And now we are just looking for some people at the library, I think. And the town must have updated since the night. But there's nobody here, except, well, there's just the background people. There's some knights. And a bench. Now, what? Going back here? Yeah, because it seemed I hadn't checked it today. But going to the east. There again.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to the day when I see Inquisitor Barnum and hand over the bouquet.
Coming back here makes me remember the trial. The spell is still being held inside the building, in the detention center equivalent. It's up to us to get her out as soon as we can. The first thing we should do is make sure we are allowed to see her. Yes, hold it right there. Nothing like a confrontation first thing in the morning to keep you on your toes. We're here to visit our client. And it's not you you're interested in. Dark Cat over there is to come with us immediately. Who, sir? Me, sir? Is it about borrowing the book despite not being an inquisitor? Is it about heresy again? What have you done this time? Professor, did you do something? I wonder what it could be. Look, do you have any idea? Don't play innocent with us. The order came from the storyteller himself. You have been personally summoned to the audience room. Now, is it audience as in with the king or audience as in theater? Since there is quite a lot of medium awareness, meeting the storyteller in person is the highest honor that can be bestowed upon a person. There's no one in all of Labyrinthia who wouldn't be proud to meet him. That goes for us knights too. Such an honor is almost unheard of. Nevertheless, those are the orders. You have Professor Layton make his way to the audience room. Very well. And in this audience room, the storyteller will be waiting to see me. Is that correct? What? Why does the storyteller want to see you, Professor? Is it because he's not mind-wiped? Yeah, what's going on here? Would it be possible to go there after having seen Miss Cantabella? The storyteller's order is of the absolute highest priority. Nothing can take precedence. But not only that, but in any event, you are not permitted to see the accused. Why would that be? Permission to see the accused is restricted to Defendant Wright and his assistant. Those are the orders. What do you make of that, Professor? Make of it what you will. Orders are orders. Very well. Let's go and meet the storyteller. That's more like it. What? Are you really planning on meeting the storyteller? It might be a trap. Well, I don't sense the potential for us. I do sense the potential for a scheme here. But I can't pass up the opportunity to meet this town's creator. Also, what if he's a puppet ruler now? What if Darklaw's in control? If the professor's going, then I'm going too. After all, I'm the professor's apprentice. Be careful. I'm sure you'll be just fine, as long as you stay with the professor. I will, and please give Espella our best. Oh, and could you give Espella the bread? Sure thing, Luke. Well, if you're finally finished talking, I would suggest wasting no more time. You'll find the audience room beyond the guard post east of the Great Archive. And Defender, you should see the accused. Well, it would seem we must part our ways for the time being. It looks like it. Take care, Professor. And you, Mr. Wright, I wish you good luck. There they go. Do you think they'll be okay? The Professor and Luke, I think they can take care of themselves. Anyway, we should hurry up and talk to Espella. Right. Even though she tries to hide it, inside she must be terrified. What if she's found guilty of being a witch? What would we do then? Last night we saw with our own eyes what they do to witches. The execution. It's not right. Any world where things like that are allowed to happen isn't right. I know, Maya. But we have no choice for now. We have to clear Espella of the charges. We need to focus on that alone. The Great Witch Bezella. Why do they suspect Espella of being her? I don't know. If we're lucky, maybe she'll be able to shed some light on it. Hey, Defender! It's time for you to see the accused. Well, this is it, Nick. It sure is. Let's go, Maya. Death Knell Dungeon. I noticed that... yeah... At some point I noticed that the bread wasn't in the inventory. But there's new story stuff about looking for Eve. Something about this the alchemist getting killed. Let's visit Espella, but the Professor and Luke have to go to the audience room. Nothing here. And no hint coins or hidden puzzles. And this is when the animation goes weird again. Ah. Mr. Wright, Maya, Espella. So this is the Death Knell Dungeon. Looks more like solitary confinement. Don't worry, I'm fine. I was a little surprised at how hard the bed was, though. Espella, that's right. I have something for you. The boss made it for you. Look, it's our special walnut bread. You should try it. Aunt Patty made that for me. Thank you, Maya. We'll get you home soon, and we can all sit down and eat Patty's freshly baked bread together. Yeah, that would be nice. We're going to have you out of here soon, so don't you worry, Espella. Are you sure you want to do that? What are you talking about? Do you really want to defend me? Why? What? Of course I do. You know what I've been charged with. Sure. They're accusing you of being Bezella. the source of all witches. That's right. And anyone who defends such a suspect will also come under suspicion themselves. People will criticize you and make you suffer because of me. I can't ask you to defend me. Don't want you to suffer. Listen. You're already suffering to see you here in prison. You honestly think we'd just stand around and let you die? Mr. Wright. Hey, I think I get it. I bet you're just worried that Nick will slip up again. Huh? Trust me, there's nothing to worry about. We've also got the Professor and Luke with us. No, that's not what I meant. I wouldn't think that at all. Mr. Wright, you are amazing. You and Mr. Layton both. It was like you were working magic together. Bad choice of words. That settles it. And don't worry, we're going to be there for you. We'll fight to the very end. The two of us, the Professor and Luke, we'll all be working together on this thing. We won't let you down. More ellipses. What's wrong? It's just that the only one who's ever been this kind to me before is Aunt Betty. I don't know what to say. I'm not sure how to say this, but it seems that the townsfolk are distancing themselves from you. Like they fear you for some reason. Yeah, I can't believe they'd all think a cute girl like you could be the Great Witch. Spella, we heard from High Inquisitor Darklaw that there's a reason why people are so suspicious of you. If it's okay, can you tell us the reason? It's like they've been working magic and they didn't even bust out the medium powers and the Magatama. Alright, I guess I never had the chance to explain properly. Eh? It's true, the townsfolk look at me differently. And the reason for that is because I am... Because you are what? And flip to the other characters. You reach the library, and the place at which the storyteller is waiting is east of here. Indeed, the audience room is past the guard post. I wonder what the creator of Elmerthien wants to talk to you about. It's too soon to assume anything, Luke. Whatever it might be, I have few things that I would like to ask him too. We should be thankful that this opportunity has come so soon. Even if it's a scheme. Let's go, Professor, to the audience room. Now these knights, they have a puzzle. Aren't you? Yeah, we've been summoned. Herschel Layton the Hatter? I'm not a hatter, although I certainly am Herschel Layton. I have been told that my presence is requested in the audience room. I've definitely heard something about that. But it's beyond me why. With all due respect, why would the storyteller invite mere commoners to the audience room? Aren't people normally allowed to visit? Of course not. Both the audience room and the tower in which he resides are areas of strict surveillance. One does not simply visit the storyteller. Did you say tower? Yeah, of course there's a tower. The storyteller's tower, naturally. Don't you tell me you've never heard of it. He only comes out of his tower to appear before the people in his parades. The audience room is where the storyteller comes whenever there is a parade. We, the Order of Knights, provide his protection from this guard post. We feel honored by his presence even if he doesn't speak to us. I see. It would seem we are extremely privileged. Don't let it get to your head. Wait here while I'll open the gate. Come to think of it, during the parade, storyteller did seem to be held in high esteem by all the common folk. Indeed, Luke. After all, he is the author of this town's story. He is effectively some kind of god. Like a god? No! Someone tell me this isn't happening! There seems to be some commotion over there. It's that knight! He's coming back this way, and he doesn't look happy. This is bad. What am I going to do? What's the matter? Darket. The gate won't open. It's broken and I can't fix it. So what happens now? Do we insert a cog? I wish I knew. What am I to do? We need to do something. Can't keep the storyteller waiting. If we do, there goes my career as a knight. It might get retconned out of existence. Unless, aren't we good at finding people? What do you think we are, bounty hunters or detectives? Maybe finding dead people as an archaeologist. I need your help. There's a knight who is able to fix the gates, but he's busy training with the other knights. I'd like to call him back here without disturbing the others. They all look the same in armor. The only way to identify him is to look for a knight with an unusually shaped sword. Unusually shaped sword? How interesting. Does it have branches? Professor, doesn't that mean... And here I was thinking about what if this knight just has a katana? We can tackle this the way we would a puzzle. So, will you find him? Okay, I'll see what I can do. And this is some weird training. You're all stabbing a slab of meat. Where is the bone? It's lunchtime. And one of the swords is bent. Now, I tried to draw some lines. I can't really do straight lines in this here editor. So then I went to MS Paint, just to be sure. And then it's this one. Yeah, that's a weird shape for a sword. It's not even the standard saber curve. It's like an S shape. And again, still not as weird as branches. Thank you, Sir Hatter. I've been able to have it repaired immediately. I'm glad you were able to fix it. A puzzle like that is a piece of cake for the professor. As I suspected all along, you're no ordinary gentleman. Sir Hatter Herschel Layton shall henceforth be allowed to pass through this gate freely. Thank you, kind sir. Please make your way to the storyteller as swiftly as possible. Common townsfolk are usually not allowed. Only the knights are permitted to go beyond the guard post into the storyteller's domain. And it appears, but I can't click it yet. And finally, our first hidden puzzle. And hidden puzzles don't sparkle. Some knights. Wow! No matter where I look, there are knights everywhere. Indeed, the knights have their guard posts on this side of the gate. Given the grandness of the scale, I imagine they are living here too. But where exactly are we supposed to meet the storyteller? But knights should go to the audience room wherever that is. With a name as grand as audience room, you'd think it would be easy to notice. It's probably up these huge stairs. What stairs? Ah, right. There's also a building there. It's probably the audience room. I mean, the audience room is in the building. Indeed. However, there seems to be something going on over there. And from the looks of things, I don't think we'll be able to just ignore it and stroll right by. At any rate, let's go and take a look. But first we're checking out all the stuff in this room. Yeah, there's horses. There's some metal noises. Aren't swords useless against witchcraft? The horses are saying, hey, this hay is delicious. There's the storyteller's carriage. We need to save a spell. Professor, there's mice hiding up there. Take a closer look. You may notice that there are not only mice hiding there. Eh? I see what you mean. There's a hidden puzzle there. Just leave it to me, Professor. I can handle a puzzle like this, no problem. This puzzle might be proved to be a little tricky. Take a deep breath and do your best. And explaining hidden puzzles now. We gotta do this gravity puzzle, but this time with a bunch of mice, and they have to get into the traps and not touch the cheese. Now that bottom left corner, that's the trickiest. And the traps with mice in them also serve as walls. And now I'm stuck. Yeah. Now I can't get this one, I think. Or can I?
See what you think of this.
I might have skipped too much.
Professor, I did it!
Now to those knights. What do I do? What do I do? This is no good. It's been 3 days and 3 nights, but I still don't get it. I'm gonna get kicked out by the vampire lord. What? It's 3 days. The rule of hospitality. I've been here for some time. I can't tell you. I've been doing my mind training. Our minds must stay sharp too. Training of the mind, how delightful. As a gentleman, I always endeavor to keep my thinking flexible. Your comment exudes confidence. Why not try solving this puzzle? This is a chess puzzle based on a brave fight between knights. Knights. The trouble is, no matter how hard I try, I can't defeat the Black Knight. It's a chess puzzle with conveyor belts. And pits. Yeah. So sorry, I just remembered the Cuphead chess people fights in the DLC. You beat the Black Knight! If only I could remember how! Alright, now if I can beat him, he can keep guard of this area next week instead of me. And that reminded me how in the town with the hypnogas, the professor gave someone an imaginary hat instead of you. No, it's purely for mind training, believe me. Sounds a little fishy to me. How many times do I gotta tell you? I ain't this suspicious guy you're after. And you expect us to believe it just because you say so, eh? You can save us all this time and admit your guilt. You gotta be kidding me. This is a false accusation. Come on, why won't you listen to me? Cutter, eh? I wonder what he cuts. Or maybe he sells knives? My pals are always saying there's no one with a purer heart than good old Cutter. Spare me, we're getting nowhere. Yes, sir. This miserable wretch into solitary confinement. Yes, sir, Captain. Oi, oi! What are you doing? I'm innocent, I tell ya. You seem to have your hands full here. May I ask what happened? Hey! If it isn't you two! You mean to tell me you're the ones that the storyteller has summoned? That's us all right. So you can't go chasing us around the way you did before. Rats! By the way, Captain, what has that man been accused of? What has he done? He's guilty of carrying out a heinous crime of assault and theft. Where have we heard this before? On the boat. How many times do I gotta say it? It weren't me. It was false accusation. I'm totally innocent. Silence! Who else could have done it? Could you tell me a little more about this? Well, I had a feeling you'd want to know. You seem to like poking your nose into other people's business. A series of thefts have been occurring in this town. At the same time, a suspicious figure has been sighted. Now I ask you, does this man not look suspicious to you? It has to be him. Has someone been stealing badger dolls? You got it all wrong. I heard there was a thief in this area. That's why I teamed up with them townsfolk to keep a lookout for the blighter. And that ain't all. I even found a way to make sure every dang corner of the town was being watched. We placed ourselves in positions where we didn't obstruct one another's line of sight. Catch my drift? The suspicious figure you guys mentioned? There ain't no way it was me. You're saying that you watched every part of the town, while at the same time avoiding overlapping each other's search for efficiency? That's impossible. You committed the crimes and you are lying to cover yourself. I wonder if you're perhaps mistaken. It might just be true. For example, if they positioned themselves like this. We've got Cutter here and some people with different ranges of sight. And we have to arrange them. And the lines of sight only go in cardinal directions. Yeah. Skips upon skips.
I've already seen the answer.
Every puzzle has a solution.
What may? Puzzles are there to be solved.
I would never have guessed such a solution could exist. So they believe me now. I was telling the truth. The real culprit must still be on the loose, going around stealing stuff in broad daylight. Man, it looks like we've no choice. Let him go. We'd better head back to the crime scene and go over it again with a fine-toothed comb. Well, I'm glad we were able to sort out this misunderstanding. I don't know who you two are, but you're a bit too sharp for regular townsfolk. Not at all, we're nothing so special. Just a couple of regular English gentlemen. English? What is that, your title? Whatever it is, it's not normal to be summoned by the storyteller himself. It would appear you are indeed something special. The storyteller is in the audience room. I wouldn't keep him waiting if I were you. As for the audience room, it's in the building on top of these stairs. That building up there, just as we thought. Thank you. Just mind your manners when in the presence of the storyteller, you hear me? If I hear any sign of trouble, you'll regret it. We'll be on our best behavior. Please keep your sword away. You're scaring me. It just goes to show how highly the knights regard the storyteller. Let's move on, Luke. Right, let's go. And there's also a hidden puzzle. The storyteller should be in here, right? I'm starting to feel a little nervous. This area is totally deserted. All I can hear is the wind. It looks as if not even the knights are allowed to come up here. He really is treated almost like a god. I wonder what someone like that wants to talk to us about. There's a giant spooky tower, even spookier than the library. Yeah, I had to inspect that 3 times and then get a coin. And this is the hidden puzzle. What is it, Professor? Have a look at this, Luke. There's a puzzle concealed here. In a situation like this, perhaps solving a puzzle might help to relieve stress. I think you're right, Professor. And it's the night with the candles again and the ghosts. Yeah, I got a bit caught up on those candles along the wall. We're spiraling. Well, not exactly. Yeah, and I can see it now. Oh, that's an appropriate window for the Gothic tower I found the puzzle in.
Already seen the answer.
Not somewhat appropriate. Appropriate shape. It's not stained glass. It's better technology. I think. Actual transparent glass. And the other tower has a coin. Anyway, so we're nearing the end. See you guys next time.